one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest that's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest that's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest that's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest that's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition.
Now that I see that Mr. Commenda is no longer on the phone and we've got a quorum, I will ask you guys to please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Can we do the roll call?
Member Gore,
Here.
Mayor Bonta,
Here. And then, did you get a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. That'll get us to our staff reports.
Afternoon. Obviously, the weather's been kind of nice, so we got our sweepers out. The only bad thing is with all these storms, we could sweep a road and then it washes stuff all over the road again. But we'll keep at it and try to make sure we get around the city at least one time, other than the main roads. Our construction crew right now is working on getting all the piping and manholes all straightened out for the paving project, because we'll be starting a paving project here shortly. Community development will be. So we're trying to get out ahead of them to repair anything that needs repaired before we pave. So that's kind of about the only thing going on. And then we are doing leaf pickup typically one day a week, and that's it. We don't get too many calls right now, so, but when we do, we're gonna do it on one day, the week after we get the calls. So that's about it. Anybody have any questions?
I think we're good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No unfinished business, so we'll go over to the Sweetwater Stormwater Variance Request.
Good afternoon. My name is Cameron Wignall, project manager with Olthoff Homes, here before you today to request 3 stormwater variances for the Sweetwater subdivision. I'll just run through these one at a time. The first comes from Chapter 5, Section E, Item 6. The standard states that for maintenance purposes, The outlet of storm sewers entering the pond shall be a minimum half a foot above the normal pool level. We have a handful of flared end sections entering the pond where we're not able to meet this standard due to pipe slope and utility conflicts. So we are requesting that storm sewers will tie in 6 inches above normal water level where feasible, but none lower than the normal water level. We're requesting a couple of them tie in right at the normal water level. And I will state on this, on the point of maintenance, these sewers will be, at least going into the pond, will be privately maintained. So the homeowners association would be handling the maintenance of those. The second variance we're requesting comes from Chapter 6, Section G. The standard states that a minimum drop of 0.1 foot through manholes and inlet structures should be provided. We are able to provide this for all public storm sewer within the right-of-way. However, again, due to some slope and utility conflicts, some of the private storm sewer is unable to meet that standard. So we're requesting that privately owned storm sewer be allowed to not have that 0.1 foot drop in them. Lastly, and this comes from the city standard detail sheet, the standard states that rear yard inlets shall be spaced so that every lot has direct access to an inlet. We're requesting that inlet spacing be as needed based on the site grading. Just a couple items on this. These are all slab homes, every lot that we have here at Sweetwater, so we won't have sump connections and sump discharges. We'll also be restricting pools, and we'll be restricting fences in the utility easement to keep the easements clear and working. So we would be requesting that rather than having a structure at every lot, that we space them out according to what the grading shows as needed. And I'm able to take any of your questions you may have.
I'll ask Mr. Hannon. I understand, well, and I'll just be, I don't know, just kind of frank about it. What I've heard so far is we're not able to achieve the standards, so we're asking to not have to follow the standards. What cleans this up so that the homes are protected, the drainage goes in a good, correct way?
Good. I would let you know that we met, Tom Cherry and I met with the Altoff people yesterday. Their original request for a waiver actually was for one of the flared end sections coming into the pond to actually be below the pond level, normal pool. And so we informed them that, you know, we would not be recommending that. That's just, you know, we just aren't going to allow that a storm sewer would consistently be underwater all the time. So they're revising their plans to eliminate that or to change the request. So now the request for the first one is that the flared end section be less than 6 inches above the normal pool, but not below the normal pool. So I think we've come up with basically a better plan. So that's, and they have to do some redesign in order to accomplish that. So I think they've worked with us on that, is what I would say. On the 1/10 drop, to me, 1/10 drop is definitely necessary in sanitary sewers. It's an IDEM standard for sanitary sewers. I don't know that it's actually completely necessary in storm sewers. Storm sewers operate differently than sanitary sewers. They're basically self-cleaning. When a big storm comes along, they kind of clean themselves. Unlike sanitary sewers, where you definitely need that 0.1 drop. So I'd like to maybe think about maybe changing our standard actually on that one. And then finally on the last one, backyard drains. This is a pretty unique subdivision, and certainly in Portage. We're dealing with 50-foot wide lots. It's a affordable housing development. The lot lines don't line up. all the time, like they would in a standard subdivision with 80-foot lots. And they don't have basements, so they're not gonna have sump pumps discharging. The problems that
That was
Dan
the
and I-
slab part that was brought up, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
The problems that Dan and I live with routinely is people with basements whose sump pumps are pumping into their backyards and they don't have access to a backyard drain. So this is I don't know, it's a different kind of subdivision. And the fact that they aren't gonna have basements, it gives us some comfort with not having a backyard inlet in every, accessible to every lot. And again, we would be enforcing no pools, so there won't be people building pools in the backyards. No fences in the easements, so that when that drainage swale is constructed and the inlets are placed, you know, there's a better chance that water will continue to flow to the low spots. So it's kind of a unique situation is what I would say in terms of the backyard drains. And, you know, it's as I said, it's unique. There we have 50-foot wide lots, so it's a different situation than what we normally are facing.
Could you explain again what the original request was on the first variance and what you and Mr.
Yeah.
Cherry got it to? Because
The request that I saw last week was for at least one of the flared end sections, the storm sewer pipe would come in below the normal water level of the pond. So it would be below water. That means you'd have water inside the pipe basically all the time.
well, that would back things up too, potentially, right?
Yeah,
If there's-
we met with them and said, we cannot recommend a storm sewer that's going to be underwater all the time. So they've modified the request, they're gonna modify their design, and the worst-case scenario, I guess is the way to phrase it, would be that the flared end section would be right at the low water level. So there wouldn't be any water backing up into the storm sewer on a regular basis from the pond.
What is it about the site currently that makes the standards we have difficult? Like, why is it that was, basically, why is that not achievable under our current standards?
For a few of these, there were existing or other utility conflicts, like we've got a relatively shallow sanitary sewer, and then storm sewer that crosses that and goes into the pond in order to stay above that sanitary sewer. That it's really an issue with the slope of the pipe. So in order to achieve the slope we needed that extra 6 inches, basically.
Mr. Commenda, did you have something? I was kind of seeing your head a
Yep.
little bit. I might call Adam up too. I saw your head moving just a little, but.
My other problem is if we come in level with the water, any rain you get, if you get a half-inch of rain, it's gonna come up and start going back in that pipe. If we get a heavy rain, it's gonna back up, and then it's gonna start coming up, the manholes coming up through the grates and flooding the streets, okay? And we're gonna get that call. That kind of is worrisome to me. Even being at the water, like I said, you get any rain, it's gonna come up, and then that's gonna be below that water line again, with
My
any
understand-
rain at all.
Am I understanding, Dan, that you're concerned about the variances as proposed? Or when
Yeah,
you,
well, yeah, because if you have it right at water level, any rain you get goes, then the pipe's underneath the water again.
The standard is that the flared end section, the outlet of the pipe, will be at least half a foot above the water level, normal water level. And they're asking to bring that down to basically half a foot in some cases.
and Dan, you're saying you're still concerned about that
Yeah,
idea?
yes, I am.
Can we table this and,
I think I'd like to
Work it
learn
out.
more too, just to have this a little more time, yeah.
doesn't seem like it's worked out right now.
Good afternoon, Ed Rectamo, Olthoff Homes. So, I mean, most of the challenges that we have are due to outfalls of the storm sewer system. I mean, we're stuck at an elevation that it'd be very difficult for us to adjust these scenarios that we're requesting the waivers from. You know, where I understand Mr. Comenda's concerns about water backing up into the pipe, the one pipe that is at normal water line, I mean, there's a 30-inch pipe and it's 3 feet or 4 feet in the ground. It would take quite a bit for it to back up and overflow into a street at that point. And then there's also flood routing put in place to carry that water through and out of the community. So, I mean, you're asking us for a table to try to work things out. We've sat with Schneider and Tom Cherry to talk about these already this week. But we'd really like to see if, you know, we understand the concerns. Some of these, again, are all private storm sewers that HOA are going to be maintaining.
I think that's another concern I have, and I say that with no disrespect, because some of it is just history working against us. We've had a very rough time in our city with HOAs supposed to be taking care of storm sewers, and then they don't. And then the HOA, for lack of a better word, politics gets in the way of anything getting done. And then there's usually a demand. People show up here expecting us to fix things that we were told years ago. I don't necessarily mean myself, but the city was told, you know, years ago the HOA would take care of it. Now, to be fair, I'm not claiming that's going to happen here, but it's just, I think that, Mel, I don't want to speak for you. I think that you and I have both dealt with the issue of HOAs supposed to be running something and then they don't, and it creates a problem later on.
Definitely the HOAs are a concern to me. But it doesn't, it sounds like, yes, you did have the meeting, but it's not worked out, is what the way I'm reading everything. So that's the only reason I'm saying maybe come back in 30 days and try and work this out. I'm not a fan of the HOA, I'll tell you that right now. So we can kind of tweak that. And
Mel, I
maybe-
think you articulated it better than I ever could. Not so much on the HOA, although I know where you're coming from, but I feel like when something is worked out, I feel like there's worked out, like there's a level that like our engineers, you know, comfortable with, you know, that Mr. Commenda can explain, but it doesn't seem solved to me, just to put it simply. I think that we owe it to the residents of Portage and the future residents that they're going to be getting a neighborhood where the drainage works and it's to a good standard. And we're all for variances when appropriate. I just don't think I've been sold on this variance. I'd rather table than be in a position where something bad happens in the future and that's on us, you know?
Motion to table?
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
The board can do the other two though. If John, I mean, or do you just want to wait for all?
Yeah, we've tabled it.
Okay.
Again, it might even be just, maybe we just need to understand it a bit better, but as of right now, it just doesn't appear clear. So hopefully it will by next time. We could even do a special meeting if you guys like to request one, but I just think that we're not in a spot yet.
And as I said, we met with them, I think yesterday, was it yesterday? We met yesterday, and they're in the process of revising their plans, so.
And even there, if there's a process of revising it, I think seeing that revised would be good.
It's an opportunity.
And then that'll get us to the 2026 grinding bids. This actually used to be controversial. That's because I didn't understand how something worked 2 years ago.
This is all
I don't mean
good.
to scare you.
No, it's all good. Hi, I'm Carrie Mars-Barone from the Recycling District, and we've done our process. We've opened our bids, and the Portage bid has been received. So what we need is an approval to move forward so we can go ahead and schedule it. What it's looking like for the 2026 estimated cost, they did give a bid if you hopefully have reviewed it in your packet. But the cost to load, or excuse me, the cost to grind is $52,400, and then they have the rate of haul at $495 per load. You know, every year you have to look at storms, you have to look at the material that comes in, and based off of last year, 75 loads, so the estimated cost we're looking at is just shy of $90,000 at $89,525. Now that number, the recycling district does pay right off the top $40,000. We have an agreement with the city, and then we go through the material, the residents who come in, the trucks who come in, we track that, and it's calculated. So when you look at last year's numbers, Portage Portage brought in 60% of the material, the residents brought in 40%, so the district pays that 40%. So I think last year it looked like Portage paid out a total of about $10,000 because the recycling district picked up the rest of it. So I just need an approval to move forward to get that bid scheduled if anybody has any questions. So,
Motion to approve.
I'll second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you.
okay, perfect, wonderful. Do you have a copy that, and then will you email it? Thank you. So,
All right, and then that'll get us to the claims. Did you have a chance to take a look, Mel?
I did. I think, let's see. I did have a question, and it might have been on here before, a couple of questions. One was the annual pond maintenance. What ponds are we talking about? Lincoln Pond biologists and the Clark mosquito control. Can anybody speak to that?
Would you mind, I'm sorry, Dan, would you mind coming to the microphone? Oh. Yeah. I know. That's the hard part, I know.
Okay, the mosquito are the pucks that we throw in wherever the water doesn't flow very well and gets stagnated to kill the larvae from the mosquitoes. Some of them go into manholes that have sumps. Some of them go in, like I said, just anywhere where the water can get stagnant for the mosquito larvae to try to kill that, to keep the mosquito population down. So we've done that every year since I've been here, I think. Then the pond, there was 3 of them, but the park took over one, and it was Countryside Park. You have the other ones off of Samuelson, right past the toll road at Shadowwood subdivision, that little pond right there. One's there, and then the other one's over there by Charlotte, and it's that little pond in between all the houses off of Defiance and that, over in that area. They get pretty bad, so we've actually do some, well, they do it. They go out and kill some of the weeds and algae, and then we have the fountains to try to keep the water oxygenated and keep it clean.
So these fees, I'm sure you've looked at them, they're fair as far as the last few years?
We've been using them for the last 14 years. There's not too many people that do this kind of thing, so, but yeah, they're fine.
Motion to approve the claims for $105,845.92.
I'll second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then any other business? Tracy, I don't know if Leanne told you that thing I called you about, it already got taken care of in there, so we're all good. Cool. Motion to adjourn? Oh, I'm sorry. Please feel free to come up.
I was waiting for old business.
Oh.
I am Jerry Lewandowski. I wasn't here all winter, but I was just, one question is, where do we stand on the Ramblewood drainage? Yeah,
With Mr. Commender, Mr. Hannon with Ramblewood, that was where I think we had the issue of needing to get the fence similar.
Yeah.
The whole fences on
I
easement
mean,
things, right?
they had quotes and all kinds of other stuff.
I mean, it has a cost to it. Is it fair to say that we know what would be needed to address an issue? Is it just a matter of, now that the weather is nice, we need to talk to the neighbors, see if they're cool with moving fences, or?
Yes, we have pricing. I mean, we probably need to renew those bids, but we did have bids.
It's probably more now.
And the cost to put in the backyard drains and the pipes was pretty reasonable. What took it over the top was removing fences and putting them back. And so we haven't come up with a cost-effective way to deal with that problem yet.
I know it might take a little time, but a question, and Dan, feel free to whack me on the head. Is that something that our guys could do in-house when it comes to a fence, or is that not within our?
No, it's a bid project, and some of them fences we take down, you might not be able to put back up.
Right. Yeah, some are
Okay.
pretty old.
Yeah, that's what's.
And And technically, when they get a permit from the building department, right on there, it says they are responsible to remove and replace their fence, okay? And like I said, that's the problem, is some of them, you probably take apart, you're never gonna get them back up again.
Have you talked to some of your neighbors
Well,
about
I
the
had
situation
one
already?
neighbor that was coming here with me, he's already moved.
Okay.
But
wanna-
I've been dealing with this for over 20 years.
I was wondering, and again, I apologize, because I've talked about this, we need to get on it. Mr. Cherry there in the blue, not the one in the hat, but the other one, if you haven't already, the other guy's nice too, would you mind exchanging your contact information with him? What I'd like to do ideally is either meet with you or your neighbors, because I feel like if we've got the whole, like, line of homes involved, I'd like to know basically how comfortable everybody is with doing that project. And if everyone's comfortable, I think we can figure out the bids and move forward, because you have been working on this for 2 decades. I'd love to be the mayor that saw it done.
It sounds good. All right.
Thank you, and like I say, if you check with Tom, we'll get a meeting set up with you, and ideally your neighbors. I'll either come to you, or maybe you guys can come to us. Do you guys recommend that we wait until we have that meeting to try to redo and I'm sorry, we say bids, are they technically quotes?
Pull the information together and be prepared to, for the next meeting to talk about pricing.
Sounds good, thank you. Any other business to be brought before the board? If not, a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.